So, your business is doing well. You've managed to build something you're proud of, and you're growing fast. Maybe a bit too fast. As you grow, it's hard for things not to slip through the cracks. And if you aren't careful, some of those things could end up being customers. Yikes. This may leave you wondering, is there a better way to make sure you can connect with every lead so you can maximize your growth? The answer to your question is this: 3 simple words: automated follow-up. This is the action of consistently reaching out to your customers, establishing a relationship with them, and proving that you care. It's the secret sauce, you might say. Here are 3 simple things you can do to put this idea into practice. As you know, it's best to follow up with your prospects after every interaction, and the best way you can do this is by using an automated follow-up system. Now, you might hear me say automated follow-up system and ask, what's that? An automated follow-up system combines a CRM with automation technology to organize your sales leads and automatically send emails and text messages at key moments in your sales process, so you don't have to. And speaking of automated follow-up tools, I can think of a pretty good one. One of the hardest parts about selling is knowing how often to follow up. It can be a tedious process. You're afraid of being a pest, or that your prospects might think that you're desperate for their business, and we get that. But the reality is that you often need to follow up at least 7 times to get from no thanks to yes please. 7 times might even be underselling it. Some studies say it could take as many as 10 follow-ups before you get to yes. However, if you stop following up, or if you don't follow up at all, it's much more likely that you won't make the sale. If you're struggling to find the time to follow up with all of your leads once, then you may be panicking at the idea of having to follow up more than that. But don't worry, the automation will be doing that for you. Now, it might feel a little awkward at first, but once you spread those wings, you're gonna fly. Just soaring over those mountains, looking at that competition a million miles away from you. That's gonna be you. You think about that. Something else to keep in mind about automated follow-up is that you can also use it to build and maintain a relationship with your prospects, which brings us to our third and final point. Some might be tempted to think that instituting an automated follow-up system is not personal, that the whole thing is robotic. However, this isn't the case. Automated follow-up messages can be written in your voice and can even be customized based on details that you know about your prospects or specific actions they've taken. But how do you go about sending as many as 10 follow-ups without sounding like a pushy car salesman and manage to nurture relationships along the way? Let's do an exercise. I want you to put yourself in your prospect's shoes and ask yourself, what would I want to get from this business? What resources or guidance would be helpful? And just as importantly, what would I find annoying? Things like getting too many emails in the same day, or getting an email that you don't particularly care about. Ask your current customers what questions they had when they first started interacting with your company and what helped them make a buying decision. This will give you insights on what to say and when to say it in your follow-up nurture messages. Don't think of follow-up as hammering prospects with sales messages. It's not whack-a-mole, you know? Totally different thing. Try thinking of it more like there's someone you really want to be pals with, so you're taking small steps towards building a friendship with them. And you can't build a friendship with someone if you're just bonking them in the head with a little hammer. As I'm sure you know, all relationships take work. In most cases, there are no shortcuts. I mean, use me as an example. I tried to take shortcuts in my own relationships, and now none of my 10 cats will even look at me anymore.
I mean, they're cats. Do they normally?
You don't know them like I do. However, with the help of marketing automation, there kinda is a shortcut when it comes to your prospects. You do the work up front, but then the automation continues to do the work for you. The final piece of advice I want to leave you with is this: stay consistent. Even when you feel discouraged, keep pushing through. And I know, it sounds like a cat poster, but it's true. Hang in there, buddy. You're doing great. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. For more resources on this topic, check out our links in the description below. We'll see you again very soon, but until then, keep going, keep serving, and keep growing. We need to use this, right?